Gogo sending that ball forward. Knights ball. Kim. Through ball pass beautifully, but just offside again. And we see around that being roughly the second or third offside call made by the linesman. A little bit of fatigue kicking in here with the players. Their timing not as on point as in the first half. Knights ball moving their way up the pitch. Throw-in awarded to the UTM Eagles. Ball just clipped in the air there. Not the greatest of clearances made by the Eagles, as Gilmore's in the 18-yard box, going for the cross there. And number 12 coming in hard, but didn't get a soft foot on. And the referee's calling for no foul. The Fleming Knights trying to draw the PK there. Play resumes. No call made by the referee. Just outside the 18-yard box. Knights pressuring, but Eagles defense presses that ball back. Now we see the Eagles countering on this play. Sandu to Kim. And a lucky break there as a mistimed tackle by number 23 of the Knights allows Kim to break down the left. And again, solid tackle made there by the Knights, this time not mistimed. And we see here on that replay, again, just a mistimed kick there by the Knights late into the second half. As a free kick is awarded for the Knights currently. Number 3, Joel Gorang taking that shot up. A solid clearance by Dabry. Eagles have the ball. Still Eagles ball. But the Knights get that ball back. And a foul called on the Eagles. Free kick awarded to the Fleming Knights. And we can see that not pleased with the call by number 5 of the Eagles, Kojo Auha. Currently talking with the referee, explaining the decision. And Captain Andrew Kim ushering him to step back. Not a wise time in the game to be given a card.
He has to be careful here to make sure he doesn't get his team more of a disadvantage.
Free kick to be awarded, and absolutely, Sean. Thank you for that point. You're absolutely right. Definitely with the 80th minute just approaching, we don't want to see any cards to be awarded. Very poor time during the game to be initiated a card. And to add to that point, as we approach the 81st minute of play in the second half, scoreline still remains 0-0. That is the Fleming Knights against the University of Toronto Mississauga Eagles here at this consolation match for the 2015 OCAA Men's Soccer Championship. And a foul call made by the Knights, as a free kick again is given to the Toronto Eagles. And again, not pleased with the call there. A little bit of a mouthing off coming from Jamie Gilmore. Already sitting on a yellow, so he does have to be careful with his tackles and how he is timing those tackles. Great pass coming from the Eagles to the outside. Gogos. Releasing the ball to the midfield. And then rushed pass there by the Eagles. Evan Clark to take the throw-in of the Fleming Knights. Throw-in Eagles. Sean, again, we've mentioned those mistimed passes. How has that played into factor right now at the remaining 10 minutes as we see the throw-ins going back and forth between the Knights and the Eagles?
As the intensity ramps up, we will see some more do-or-die tackles, which could lead to a problem as yellows could be given eating the free kicks that could decide the game. We see that more as the time wears on here in the second half.
And we have seen the intensity escalate a little bit more towards the end of this second half. A little bit of more mistimed tackles, a little bit of frustration kicking in by the players. As a throw-in is awarded to the Fleming Knights in the UTM zone. Ball rolls out of play as a goal kick is awarded to the UTM Eagles. Interesting how this second half has actually changed a little bit. I have found that Jacob Monaco was more active in the first half of play rather than the second, which would indicate that the Eagles has been pressing Fleming a little bit more. So Fleming did control the first half a little bit more than that of the Eagles, but this second half has been predominantly all Eagles. Don't you agree, Sean?
Yeah, the Eagles seem to be more willing to go on the attack to try and press for that game-winning goal than Fleming is, than the Knights are. So we'll see how that plays out here as we approach the end.
And as we said, a little bit more of attacking style coming from the Eagles. Ball currently is in the Fleming Knights end, with quick footwork being made there previously by Captain Andrew Kim. Free kick awarded to the UTM Eagles. Goal goes to take this free kick. And a long ball sent into the 18-yard box, but easy catch there for Bowman, that of the Fleming Knights. Bonanno. No one there to intercept that ball as Clark clears it up the field. And we see a break here coming from the Knights in the 18, still the 18. Oh, and just shy of the post by the Fleming Knights. Nice little run there into the 18-yard box to get the strike off, but just shy of the post. And again, what a critical time to take a shot like that as the 85th minute approaches of the second half. Scoreline still 0-0 between the two teams.
If he could have curled that one inside the post, that would have been the game.
And as we see on the replay here, Sean, again, to your point, just a little bit of a curl, more of a finesse shot into the back bottom corner of the net would have been ideal, but he went for power and a difficult shot nonetheless to take a shot like that on the run. But we see Jamie Gilmore breaking here on the outside, going for that cross, just over the head of the lone striker for the Fleming Knights. You are watching OCAA men's soccer action here at Centennial Park between the Fleming Knights against the University of Toronto Mississauga Eagles. Scoreline is 0-0 still in the 86th minute of play of the second half. And as previously mentioned, if the score does end this way, we will see the ever dreaded penalty shot or penalty kick round to be taken. And as we see Matthew Caguana, number 10, the midfielder of the Fleming Knights on our screen. Exceptional play from him all throughout the entire game. And the key components of this match at this moment has been the goaltending. So it will be exciting to see if this result does end the way it does, to go into PKs and see these two goalkeepers perform at their finest. We've already seen a fantastic PK save made by Josh Bowman, the goalkeeper of the Fleming Knights. I'm wondering what will happen currently, as a yellow card is given to the UTM Eagles. We see the Eagles ushering their players to get back again. A card initiated already. Don't want there to be another card given. That's the third yellow card of the game. The first for the UTM Eagles. as a free kick is taken by the Fleming Knights. And we have a bit of a floater there as a strike is taken and defended
Yellow
by...
card awarded to the UTM Eagles, number 10, Danilo Garcia.
Just getting confirmation on that previous yellow card given. That was to Danilo Garcia, number 10 of the Eagles, the first to go to the UTM Eagles. And we see, Sean, that last free kick, what a difficult save it is for Monaco to make there, as that ball just dipped right inside his 18-yard box, between the 6-yard box, what I like to call the dead man zone. So very difficult save to make.
It is a difficult save, as they had an attacker coming to challenge him as well. So he had to deal with the attacker as well as the ball.
And sorry to interrupt you there, Sean, but we see a little bit of an aggressive play made there by the Fleming Knights, that being number 3, Joel Goering, coming hard on Captain Andrew Kim of the UTM Eagles, arguing for a call there, but play resumes as a corner kick is awarded to the Eagles. Referee seeing no reason to call a foul on that play. That would have been a penalty kick as it was in the 18-yard box. So Andrew Kim just able to walk up, and we see the frustration on his face as, again, looks like it was a little bit more painful than expected. But we do have number 10 of the Knights currently down, that being Matthew Kaguana, the midfielder from Mono, Ontario. And again, it looks like full time will come to an end within a minute of play right now, with stoppage to be added in the second half. And an interesting tactic made here by the Knights. Curious why they would want to be killing time at the moment, as the scoreline is only 0-0. Like you had mentioned, Sean, if the result ends the way it does, we will go into penalty kicks. Maybe they have some belief in their goalkeeper, Bowman, who has played tremendous all game, towards that penalty kick round.
It's interesting that they're not taking this corner quickly. They seem to be letting the clock run as much as they can. So maybe their goalkeeper, they do have faith in their goalkeeper to win them this game.
And to your point, we see as play resumes, Bowman has been impressive, so complete faith in their goalkeeper. And just looking previously on the last replay, that was a clean tackle for the ball. So the right call made by the referee, the proper decision. Ooh, a little bit of a slip up there by Bowman, but no pressure made by the Eagles, so he throws the ball out currently. And an impressive play there by the Eagles, making their way all the way back where a potential counter could have been. And a clear offside call made by the linesman, generated by Jamie Gilmore, and he knows it. Quite obviously an offside. And as the 90th minute approaches and we are at the end of full time here in the second half, 3 minutes of stoppage will be added to this matchup as the long ball is sent by the Eagles, and we see Bowman challenging. And a corner kick is made. Again, a little bit of miscommunication made there by Clark and Bowman, or I stand corrected, my corrections, but sorry about that. It's actually a goal kick awarded to the Knights. Bowman to Clark. Ball sent forward. Knights still pressing. The first minute of stoppage time comes to an end. Scoreline still 0-0 here at Centennial Park. Eagles have the ball, going for the long pass, and the play is onside. Number 7 rushing to the 18-yard box, and a shot is taken just short of the net, and what a time to do it. Number 7 of the Eagles, Sunil Levanaj, the native of Mississauga, Ontario, the midfield player with a great opportunity to end the match here in stoppage, but just shy of the net.
The offside flag stayed down there, and all he had to do was put it in the bottom corner, and he was unable to do it.
And we see another counter here made by the Knights, and shot taken. Oh, and a tremendous save by Monaco. Sean, my goodness, what a little bit of action here happening in the last 3 minutes of stoppage. Both tremendous plays made by the Eagles and the Knights both, respectively. And to your point, timing their chances perfectly with the offsides here. Both Levenage and the Knights striker timing their offsides perfectly. And no offsides to be called, staying onside, excuse me, and having those shots taken off. But great save by Monaco to keep the scoreline at 0-0.
A little bit of a reckless challenge there.
I agree with you on that point, and as we see it, a free kick awarded just outside the 18-yard box to the Knights. As stoppage time comes to an end, this will most likely be the last play to be committed in the second half. Could we see a little bit of a shocker here, Sean? Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. Free kick to be taken by the Knights. And ball's cleared out by the Eagles defense, and surely this has to be the whistle to be blown. The referee adding a little bit more time left. The ball just swinging all over the place. Knights still pressing, and we have an onside play as Monaco challenges. Great challenge by the UTM goalkeeper to get that ball. And again, the stoppage time has come over that 3-minute mark, approaching closer to 4 minutes now, and the ref is still allowing play to continue. A foul called by the ref on the Fleming Knights. Free kick given to the UTM Eagles. And Sean, we were originally told that there would be 3 minutes of stoppage, but now we're approaching the 94th minute. So the referee allowing an extra minute of stoppage time to be added. Questionable. Who knows whether this will be in effect, and surely this has to be the last play of this match. Clearance by the Fleming Knights. Play still resumes here as the Knights now counter. 3-on-2 originally, but ball given to the Knights on the outside. No defense covering them. Again, another pass. Fleming in the 18-yard box. Solid defensive play. And there it is. There is the final whistle with the scoreline coming to 0-0 here at Centennial Park. And we all know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. This consolation match will be going into penalty kicks.
Your attention, please.
Sean, your thoughts
At
on
the
this
end
game,
of regulation, the score is 0-0. And then the consolation final
That
will go
was
straight
quite
to penalty kicks.
a end to the second half there. Lots of non-stop action happening.
and again, I couldn't agree with you more there, Sean. It was a great way
Once
to
again, at
end the
the end of the
second
90
half.
minutes, the UTM Eagles and the
Fantastic
Fleming
play
Knights
from
are
both
tied at
teams, tremendous
0.
goalkeeping
So
by
we
the
will go straight
Eagles
to
and
penalty
the
kicks.
Knights. But like I said, this match will go into penalty kicks. And I am very, very excited for this round as both goalkeepers, we have to mention both Josh Bowman of the Fleming Knights and Jacob Monaco of the UTM Eagles playing absolutely tremendous this game. We saw a PK save earlier in the first half by Bowman of the Knights. And just great all-around timing from Monaco of the Eagles, challenging those balls, coming out of his 6-yard box to break up those balls. So we see the players warming up here. Sean, any thoughts on how this PK round's going to go?
I don't know how the players can take this pressure that they're about to face right now.
Well, pressure is an understatement here, as PKs are always an exciting time for the players. Being a goalkeeper myself, as a matter of fact, I did compete in a couple of PK tournaments, and to be that goalkeeper, you know, I can't tell you more. There's been nothing more exhilarating because the pressure is off of you at that point, right? The players are expected to score during this PK rounds. We just saw in our replay of Matthew Caguana of the Fleming Knights there, I believe, and who's been a really active player during this match. Most likely going to see him take the first couple of beginning PK kicks, and a tremendous all-around performance from him during this game.
Right, the pressure is all on the keeper at that point.
So we see the players making their way back to the center of the pitch. As it looks like the PKs will be taken on what would be the UTM Eagles side of the second half. And the Eagles will have the first shot at net, as we see Josh Bowman making his way to the 6-yard box. And again, kudos to Josh Bowman, who was tremendous this game for the Fleming Knights, saving that original PK during the first half, which clearly was the play of the match. If it was not for him, this game would have ended 1-0 for the UTM Eagles, but he was able to keep that score line at a 0-0. And again, let's see how he performs against the UTM Eagles captain, that being Andrew Kim, to begin this penalty shot round.
Number 6, Andrew Kim.
Kim to take the first penalty kick against the Knights. And just a correction on that, we actually have Josh Bowman, who is from UTM, first shot taken, and it is converted by Kim to the bottom left-hand corner of the net. 1-up UTM.
That was calmly
Shooting for
taken
the Fleming Knights, number 11, Jaden Miller Foster.
in the bottom corner of the net, just able to slide it past the keeper there.
And just to make a correction real quickly for all our listeners, Josh Bowman currently actually the UTM goalkeeper. My apologies for that. Looks like there was a bit of a confusion on who was playing in net, but nonetheless, both great performance from both goalkeepers this game. And we see the Knights taking their first kick here. And converted. Scoreline remains 1-1. Nice placement by the ball by Jaden Miller Foster of the Fleming Knights. PKs are currently held to 1-1 here.
The shooting for the UTM Eagles is number 4, Julian Bonanno.
Shot to be taken. Goal, Eagles. Julian Bonanno converting that PK shot. And again, Sean, we've seen a couple of these PKs already just going right down the middle. Do you think this could be a plan taken by both teams?
Well, the last place the goalkeeper expects the ball to go is down the middle. They're
Shooting for the
looking
Fleming
towards
Knights,
the
number
sides
2,
of the net.
Logan Craig.
So down the middle is quite a smart place to go on a goalkeeper.
And we see Logan Craig of the Fleming Knights stepping up to the goal kick line to take this shot. PK spot. And converted once again. A little bit more to the low left-hand corner of the keeper's net. But again, very central with the shot as well. So as it stands, all shots converted by the Eagles and the Knights, standing at 2-2 apiece. And we see Dimitrios Gogos of the UTM Eagles coming to the PK spot to take the third shot for the UTM Eagles. And a great save by the Knights. Fantastic save by the Fleming Knights goalkeeper.
What a save. He was just able to go down and pick that ball out of the corner to keep it out of the net.
And we can see from the first half, his right side is clearly his strong diving side, as he made the similar save in the first half to the low right-hand corner. So we currently have one missed shot by the Eagles as the Fleming Knights come up for their third shot. And a save by the UTM Eagles! Scoreline remains the same.
Both these keepers are playing fantastically today. We've seen it all game, and we continue to see it here in penalty kicks.
Josh Bowman keeping his team level with the Fleming Knights. So we have 2 shots converted by each team and a missed shot as well by both teams. So again, The scoreline stands equal here in the penalty kick round. And another save by the Knights! Back-to-back PK saves by the Knights goalkeeper. What tremendous play from him. The pressure is on by the goalkeeping. And like you said, Sean, this game has entirely been won and lost by the goalkeepers. It is truly a battle of the goaltending here. Again, we see Josh Bowman to step up for the UTM Eagles. He needs to save this shot to keep his team in the game. As we see number 12 of the Knights stepping up. Nice save again by Josh Bowman of the UTM Eagles. Sean, we got an extraordinary PK match here. 4 saved penalties by these teams. These teams are not giving up. This is incredible.
This is absolutely outstanding.
Shooting the Eagles, number 7, Sonia Lamanage.
And again, it currently is equal for both teams. And another save by the Knights goalkeeper. This is absolutely insane. I cannot believe what I am witnessing. 3 saved penalty shots by the Knights goalkeeper, all on the right-hand low side.
What is happening?
Just to give you an idea, a little bit of statistical information, Sean, it is actually said that the percentage of chances that a goalkeeper is to save on a penalty shot is 25%. We have seen 5 save PKs during this round, so that is a tremendous stat already, that the average save percentage is 25%, and we have the Fleming Knights to take this PK. And it's there! It is done. And who better off to do it?
Scoring on his penalty kick is number 10, Matthew Caguana.
And that
And
was
winning
Matthew
the
Caguana to
Consolation
convert the
final,
final
the
PK
Fleming Knights.
to have the London Knights win the consolation match against the UTM Eagles. Sean, what a PK round, my goodness.
Both these goalies were on top of their game today, and they were able to battle the strikers kick for kick.
So we have both teams line up on their
And you nailed it on the head.
opposing 40-yard
Obviously,
lines.
the scoreline now ends with the Fleming Knights winning this match against the UTM Eagles in penalty kicks, and both teams can go away with this game with their heads held high. It clearly was nailed down and brought down to goalkeeping. My goodness, what great performance from the UTM goalkeeper and the Fleming Knights goalkeeper. Josh Bowman of the UTM Eagles keeping his team as long as he could in the PK round. But kudos and definite man of the match going to the Fleming Knights goalkeeper, who in this game total saved 4 penalty shots. I like to reiterate that. 4 PK saves by the Fleming Knights goalkeeper, 3 in the penalty shot round and 1 earlier in the first half. Great performance on him, and he had a huge say in determining the final result as the Fleming Knights win this match in PKs over the UTM Eagles. Sean, last thoughts on that?
I can't see any other option than to give the keepers the man of the.
And you're absolutely right, Sean. You know, we're going to definitely look back and see a couple of highlights from this game, and what great performance from both teams. Tremendous all-around performance here this early morning here at Centennial Park in Etobicoke, Ontario. And I'd have to say that the player of the game has to go to the Fleming Knights goalkeeper. And we see great performance there by Bowman. A lot of pressure by the Eagles during the first half. Or excuse me, a lot of pressure coming from the Fleming Knights in the first half of play. While the Eagles picked it up a little bit more in the second. But the scoreline did end 0-0 at full time, going into PKs. And here we see that fantastic PK save in the first half made by the Fleming Knights goalkeeper, which clearly was the highlight of the night. That had to be the highlight of the night. And we were just given confirmation that the goalkeeper playing for the Fleming Knights this game was Tyler Del Pilaro. So great job on his part. All around superb performance. And this says a lot for next season, Sean, most definitely. That with his performance today, I think signified his spot in the team and the squad next year. Don't you agree? And it looks like we have a little bit of technical difficulties occurring here. Sorry about that. But nonetheless, great performance from both teams. And we see from these highlights how it got a little sluggish towards the second half. But that's nothing to take away from both teams. Both teams came back and forth. A lot of action, countering up the pitch, down the pitch. And as the highlights show, we eventually went into a penalty shot round where we are pleased and had the privilege to witness 5 saved penalty shots. Again, a majority of the shots saved by Del Palaro of the Fleming Knights went on the right-hand side, and it was ultimately because of his performance that they came out victorious. Again, I want to thank the BRTV crew for putting on a fantastic performance this morning. The consolation match between the Fleming Knights and the UTM Eagles ends. My name is Mark DeLuca with my co-host Sean Togood. We thank you for joining us this morning, and we will see you next time live here at Centennial Park for OCAA men's soccer action. Take care and cheers.